immediately smiled. Tada! They shouted with his arms in the air. You did all this for me? I asked, observing the room. His bed wasn't visible anymore. He had made a fort over it and moved his TV at the edge of the bed so we can watch movies. Twinkling lights were the only thing lighting up in the room, and snacks were spread out on the tray sitting next to the bed. I know you had a bed date, so I thought we could stay in and just relax. I felt like crying. I wasn't sure what I did in my past, like to deserve a friend like they. I tossed my clothes aside and quickly wrapped my arms around him. He wrapped his arms around me instantly and rested his head on the top of mine. Thank you so much, Tayangi. This is perfect. I mumbled against his chest. After a moment, I pulled away and jumped on the bed. They following after me. Wow, quite a spread, I said instantly digging into the snacks. He smiled and turned on the TV. All your favorites. He said, getting more comfortable. I watched him closely and smiled to myself. He really was handsome. What do you want to watch? I shrugged, pulling one of his tata pillows to my chest. You can pick. I really don't mind what we watch. I'm just happy to be here relaxing with you. I could see his cheeks rise. He flipped through looking for a movie. He settled one of his pillows and then laid back beside me. I smiled and curled into him. Cold? He asked, and I nodded. He wrapped the blanket around the both of us. I laid my head on his chest as he hesitantly wrapped his arms around me. I smiled, hearing his heart pounding against his chest. I wrapped my arms around his waist, holding my body as close as possible against him. I felt so much comfort when I was around Tay, my spirit instantly rising. After the movie ended, I looked up and saw Tay sleeping. He looked so cute, his plump lip slightly parted as his hair stuck to his forehead. I sat up and watched him for a few moments. I wasn't sure why I was feeling so needy for his attention at the moment. I scanned up. His thin neck, slowly, and then found myself staring at his perfect lips. Once more, they looked so kissable. I shifted a bit and his eyes quickly opened. I smiled as he looked around confused. Ah, your name. You fell asleep and missed the whole movie. I laughed and hit his chest. That was you snoring away. He shook his head and then ran his fingers through his hair, trying to fix the messiness of it. I do not snore. He looked at me with the weird expression and then sat up. So, what do you want to do now? We can watch another movie or play some games. I shrugged, biting at my lower lip. Though there was something I wanted to do, but I felt so wrong to even think about it. Tay has been my best friend for years, and yes, I have always thought he was good looking, but I never really thought about him in any other way than my best friend. So, why was I having these sudden urges? Yeah, your name. I shook my head, feeling the blush of my cheeks when I looked over at him. What? Oh, sorry. We can do whatever you want, eh? He looked at me weird again and then suggested we can play a game so we can wake up a bit. As tensions rose, so did our voices. They won almost every game, and I was so close to winning this round. Right as I was about to win, the power cut off. No! I shouted. They laughed, and I quickly found him and hit him, only making him laugh more. I swear you did something on purpose, I said, pushing him back and climbing back on top of him. I didn't. He laughed as he grabbed my hands so I couldn't hit him. Our laughter died from a bit, and suddenly it was just us. The only sound was our nervous breaths, filling the air as our eyes tried to adjust. They slowly let go of my hands, letting them fall into his chest as his hands slowly made their way to my hips. I could feel his heart pounding against my chest, against my head once again. I whispered. He hummed in response as I moved my hand down a bit, my fingertip resting against the top of the button of his nightshirt. "Mm, How long do you think we'll be alone for?" I asked, letting my fingers fumble with the button. His breathing got only faster as my fingertip brushed against his chest. "I don't know." He stumbles on his words as my fingers continue to unbutton his shirt, his hands gripping tighter on my waist. My own breathing hissed as my eyes finally adjusted. His body was so close, so much more incredible than I had ever imagined. I let my hand slowly slide down his chest, feeling all his toned muscles. I looked at his face, only to find his curious eyes staring at me. I bit my lower lip as I let my hands rise to my own chest. I slowly unbuttoned my own nightshirt and then the material slid off my shoulders, exposing my bare.